Coming up on Newscene, we cover Michael Cohen's public statements after his sentencing.
And a possible government shutdown has the attention of local citizens. We'll have their comments.
The Yellow Jacket protests continue in France. We have the latest on the riots.
Will we get rain this weekend? Find out in our weather segment in Newscene. Newscene starts now.
Hello, and welcome to our last episode of Newscene for 2018. I'm Jeffrey Villegas.
And I'm Alexandra Ringel.
First, we have the latest update on Michael Cohen and his comments to the public on Thursday. Here's Shonda Walker with our lead report.
President Donald Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen, was sentenced to serve 3 years in jail on Wednesday. Cohen pled guilty to 8 charges of tax fraud and campaign finance violations after special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation was able to connect Cohen to paying hush money payments to two women, adult film star Stephanie Clifford and model Karen McDougal, who allegedly had affairs with President Trump. He also pled guilty to lying to Congress about working on a deal to build a Trump Tower in Russia. On Thursday, Trump took to Twitter and stated, "He never told Cohen to break the law, and he is supposed to know the law. It's called advice of counsel, and a lawyer has a great liability if a mistake is made." Cohen, the man once known as the president's fixer, has raised question about Trump's involvement with the cover-up payment. He states,
"I took responsibility for my actions, and here's the truth. The people of the United States of America, the people of the world, don't believe what he's saying. The man doesn't tell the truth. And it's said that I should take responsibility for his dirty deeds." The special counsel stated emphatically that the information that I gave to them was credible.
Trump has denied he knew about the hush money payments. Special prosecutors have evidence that Trump was in the room during negotiations. Cohen is scheduled to turn himself into federal authorities on March 6, 2019. I'm Shonda Walker. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Shonda. A shutdown may be in the works. Stephanie Alonso has more.
There may be yet another government shutdown, according to President Donald Trump at the press conference in the White House this past Tuesday with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. In Carmel Valley, we spoke to 2 locals that are against this ruling on Trump. When we asked Greg about the wall being built in Mexico, he told me this.
I think it's a joke. I think it's a sad joke. He has his Trump towers, now he wants his Trump wall. I think it's also a disgrace.
We then asked Pat Pixley about the wall.
The wall? I think the wall is an absurd idea, and I think it's just a populist motive that Donald Trump has. It would never really make that much of a difference, and it would cost billions of dollars that Mexico would never pay for.
We then asked him about shutting down the government.
Well, I don't like it when the government officials threaten to shut down the government because it affects all of us as citizens just for their political machinations and maneuvers.
If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
And
We
I am
disagree.
proud, and I'll
We
tell you
disagree.
what, I am proud to shut down the government for border security.
His position, if he sticks to his position for a $5 billion wall, he will get no wall and he will get a shutdown.
Unfortunately, that the president choose to shut down the government, that we have a Trump shutdown as a Christmas present, a holiday present to the American people.
I think we're going to have a shutdown for 2 reasons. Number one, President Trump does not look to me like he was bluffing or is bluffing. And number two, I don't think Speaker Pelosi is going to agree to anything because she's worried about her speakership.
Reporting for Newscene, this is Stephanie Alonso.
President Trump is fully committed to shutting down the government for the border wall, and because of that, many citizens are frustrated.
Yellow jacket protests in France leave gas stations running dry. Protesters wearing yellow reflective vests took to the streets this week to protest gas tax hikes and high cost of living. Chaos broke out at some Paris' most popular districts, destroying buildings and looting businesses. The Prime Minister is planning on speaking to defuse the situation.
The U.S. Senate votes to withdraw its support for the Saudi war in Yemen. Bernie Sanders, a supporter of Thursday's Senate resolution, says this is a historic moment with the Senate taking back control over U.S. war policy from the president. Lawmakers expressed that the recent killing of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi played a part in their decision.
This legislation includes provisions to suspend weapons sales to Saudi Arabia and impose mandatory sanctions on people involved in the death of Mr. Khashoggi.
I believe that we've got to put an end to this humanitarian disaster.
Before the Senate made its decision, the House of Representatives voted to table any discussion it would have of Saudi support and calls the war the worst humanitarian crisis in the world.
And on Capitol Hill, lawmakers are questioning whether Google has a bias against conservatives. Google CEO Sundar Pichai finally testified before the House Judiciary Committee after months of escalating pressure during the hearing. Pichai was grilled on Google's privacy policies, alleged bias, and a reported censored search engine from China.
I lead this company without political bias and work to ensure that our products continue to operate that way. To do otherwise would be against our core principles and our business interests.
I've heard the allegation that there's a bias in favor of liberal or progressive points of view.
And I can assure you, we do it without regards to political ideology. Our algorithms have no notion of political sentiment.
Pichai denied any bias, saying favoritism goes against the company's core principles.
I don't know about you. I might be a little bit worried because I use Google a lot. How about you?
I use Google for everything, too. Yeah.
Sewage waste from the Tijuana River continues to pollute our coastal waters, and Imperial Beach is fighting to clean them. More when we come back.
From joyriding teens to commuters to tourists, the latest transportation trend has been met with excitement from some and dread from others. There seems to be some confusion over the rules whether scooters should be considered motor vehicles and where they can be ridden.
Safety, because I see some people using them irresponsibly and not following traffic laws.
For everyone's safety, riding is discouraged on sidewalks. Riders are urged to follow all traffic laws, including signs and signals.
It's our first time riding them.
Do you know the minimum age to ride them?
18.
Did you guys go through the rules and regulations before you started riding them on what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you think that there is a risk in riding these without a helmet?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But you don't care?
Not really.
Use both hands while riding and don't wear headphones so you can pay attention to your surroundings. And always, always wear a helmet.
The San Diego City Council unanimously names Georgette Gomez as its new president. Supporters praise Gomez for her integrity and her mind for justice. She will be replacing outgoing council president Myrtle Cole. Also joining her are 3 new members on the council, Dr. Jennifer Campbell, Monica Montgomery, and Vivian Marina. The new council president had this to say when asked what she wants to change about the city.
It's a really good, a great honor to be able to lead my colleagues, and we're going to work really hard in making sure that our city government is more efficient, more transparent, and more equitable for San Diego.
Thank you. To serve the community.
Raw sewage from the Tijuana River is an ongoing issue in our coastal communities. After more than 3 inches of rain fell parts of the area last week, sewage discharge has reached over 6 million gallons per day, and cleanup has been hard to maintain. Officials say the sewage leak is coming from a ruptured pipe. Beaches are closed from Imperial Beach to Coronado, and trails in Borderfield State Park have also been closed. The federal government is being sued by several local agencies as well as the state in hopes to pressure it into upgrading its systems to handle higher capacity.
This morning, hundreds of teachers gathered at the San Ysidro border to protest back pay wages. Government officials have not paid them since November. The affected are retired, active, and interim teachers. Preschools and primary and secondary schools have also been closed.
Thursday night football was a roller coaster of emotions. Juan Gomez has more in sports.
Thank you, guys. Let's begin with Thursday night football as the 11th and 2 Chiefs hosted the 10-3 Chargers. Let's go into the Chiefs and the red zone. They will secure the first of the game with this incredible pass from Mahomes to the Marcus Robinson. Then on the second quarter, Phillips Rivers will find its big wide receiver, Mike Williams, for the touchdown. And later in the fourth quarter, Chargers trailing 14-21. The Chiefs will score thanks to running back Damian Williams to gain a 2-TD lead over the Chargers. But the Chargers didn't back down, and third-string running back Jackson will score to make it a one-possession game. Rivers squad back on the field with 8 seconds left to Williams again for the touchdown, but the Chargers were not over. They will go for the second point conversion for Williams again and will make it. What a comeback. What a win for the Chargers, who moved to win at Arrowhead 29-28. And now moving into the Riders, they're facing now a challenge outside the field. The city of Oakland has filed a lawsuit against the Riders and the NFL for moving to Las Vegas and breaking their contract.
The city of Oakland, and particularly the Raider Nation, are filing a much-deserved lawsuit to demonstrate that the NFL has not only violated antitrust laws, but also its contracts, its promises, its covenants with its fans and the good cities that create the brand that the Raiders are today.
Officials are hoping to recover from what they call an illegal move of the Raiders to Las Vegas. The damages include loss of revenue and taxpayer money that was invested on the team. The lawsuit is not looking to keep the team in Oakland or preventing them from moving to Las Vegas. And now moving to the Lakers that traveled to face the Houston Rockets. James Harden looking fresh as always, and LeBron James looking to get a revenge over the first match of the season. Harden will start up with hype with this monster dunk over Maggie and Lonzo. Angry man on the move. Then from far away, three-pointer, and he gets it. What a shot, but LeBron wouldn't give in without a fight, and he scored this layup over the 2 defenders. But at the end, it will not be enough. LeBron coming Harden, and he will score 3 long pointer over King at the end of the Rockers. Win 26-111. Rockets move on to a 13-14 record, while the Lakers still in a 5th place with a 17-11 record. And the reigning MVP of the NBA does it all for his team. It was James Harden night. Harden scored not 30, not 40, but 50 points during the game against Los Angeles Lakers on Thursday. This is the 4th time Harden has scored a 50-point triple-double in a game, and it's the 2nd one this season, setting a new record on the NBA history. He also got 10 rebounds and 11 assists, outdueling LeBron James. Harden gave James and the Lakers more than they could handle. And to wrap up sports, we'll move on into Mexico's soccer final with a John rivalry in the play. The Liga MX final leg was played yesterday with 2 of the most popular teams in Mexico giving it all, Cruz Azul and America. They played their first leg yesterday with tons of passion, but it wasn't enough for either team to put goals on the board. The second leg will be played this Sunday in the Estadio Azteca at 4:30 p.m. And that's all I have from sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
It was actually a pretty good game, but I hate it when neither team scores a point, don't you?
Yeah, me too. It's not as exciting to watch.
I know. Well, thanks, Celia. Coming up, some SDSU students are combating horrendous food waste by baking cookies.
And straight ahead in entertainment, find out which Beatle legend is coming to San Diego after the break.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Okay. No, what are you doing? I'll go back.
As Dory said, just keep swimming. The TV personality that brought her to life might also be swimming onto new opportunities. Matthew has more in entertainment.
Justin here with entertainment. Exciting news for Charlie Sheen is he's been sober for a whole year. He was sober for 11 years up until 2012 when he was diagnosed with HIV. After his diagnosis, he turned to alcohol and drugs because he was scared and anxious about his condition. According to a magazine called Page Six, Sheen has struggled with alcohol and drug addiction for many years. Given his history of substance abuse, this 1 year of sobriety is a big achievement. Next up, on June 22nd, 2019, Paul McCartney will be stopping by Petco Park for a show that is part of his tour called Freshen Up. At the age of 76, Paul McCartney finally released a solo album that has hit the #1 charts, and it's called Egypt Station. He will play all his hit songs, and this will be the first time playing in San Diego since 2014. Tickets already went on sale this past week. Ticket prices will be from $122 to $1,000 per ticket. Lastly, one of our favorite daytime talk shows may be coming to an abrupt end. Ellen DeGeneres has been considering to cancel her show after 15 years of laughter and joy. The comedian has said that her contract for the show is up in 2020 and she's torn between whether to keep the show running or to reach out in a new direction. Ellen has tried to seek advice from her brother and her wife about what to do, and they aren't making anything easy. Ellen's brother wants her to continue because of the political craziness that has been taking place, but her wife wants her to take on new challenges. We may not know the decision for another year or so, but we wish Ellen the best of luck in her endeavors. That's it for entertainment. My name is Justin Barber. Back to you at the desk.
Yeah, I really hope that Ellen keeps her show because I love that show. Landfills overflowing with food that can actually still be eaten is becoming a growing problem in the San Diego area. Edgar has more on the story.
According to the Department of Agriculture, we throw out 40% of the food produced. That's $160 billion tossed out yearly. The waste goes to landfills and releases harmful gases like methane, furthering global warming. In San Diego, about 500,000 tons of food get tossed out, much of it still edible according to the FDA. Because of this, some SDSU students started Soul Much to repurpose the food into cookies.
This is some brown rice and quinoa, and so this is all leftover grain that restaurants, large volume restaurants, typically have as an oversupply, and at the end of the night, if they don't use it, they toss it. So we come in and we give the chefs containers, they then put it into their fridge. The following morning, we pick it up and we bring it here. We pick it up, we make sure that it doesn't get too hot or too cold. We have thermometers, so we kind of keep check for all of that, and so that's what allows us to continue to do what we do.
The cookies produced out of the edible food that would have been tossed out are sold at the OB Farmers Market and around SDSU, with the money obtained being enough to rent a commercial kitchen and even hire some help.
My goal is to inspire people that working on environmental issues does not need to be so complex. Like, sometimes the best solutions are the simplest ones, such as cookies. So if we can get that message across, that's mission accomplished for sure.
Thanks for the report there, Edgar. Recycling food by turning it into cookies certainly seems like a tasty way to combat food waste. School is actually out for many, and we're getting ready for the holidays now. How's the weather going to be? Kenyatta?
Well, folks, it's not going to be a white Christmas or anything like that, but it's going to be a San Diego Christmas. Actually, the weather's pretty nice right now. We have some clouds in San Diego. Nice temps on the coast, 65 in Del Mar, 60 in San Diego. Inland valleys, 60s. El Cajon's a little bit cooler. There's some cold pooling going on in one of these inland valleys. That's typical for this time of year. The mountains, let's go to this side. Looking pretty nice. 50 degrees in Julian, 55 Mount Laguna, 60 degrees in the desert. Let's check out the 8-day forecast. We'll talk about those clouds. It's definitely not going to rain over the weekend. The clouds are going to dissipate. We're going to have similar temps as we move through the weekend. Up in the northwest, they actually have a weather system. It's going to affect us on Monday. It's going to bring the temperatures down just slightly, and on Monday evening, we're going to have a chance for some precipitation. That's going to move rather quickly through the area. For Tuesday and Wednesday, the weather's going to be really nice. Temperatures are going to start to rise, and by Friday, everything will be around 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Now remember, folks, that's just 5 days before Christmas, and 70 degrees for that time of year is pretty nice, especially compared to the rest of the country. Let's check out the national map. Okay, in the northwest, let's see, northwest, we have some rain out in Portland. It's a system that's moving in, and we're going to have some cool temps associated with it. Midwest, they have some high pressure right now, but they have pretty much clear skies and temps in the 40s and the mid-50s. Most of the weather is concentrated over the southeast right now. We have some weather advisories for heavy rain out in the Jackson area to the Florida Panhandle, and then up around the area of Virginia, South Carolina. They have some weather, and that's interesting. They need to be careful because they're still recovering from all of that stuff. So that pretty much wraps it up with the weather. My name's Kenyatta. Back to you folks at the desk.
Some crazy weather going on right now. Thanks, Kenyatta. One of our beloved professors is retiring this semester. More when we come back.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Our Professor Laura Castañeda is leaving Newscene right after this show finishes. Let's take a look back as she reflects on the nearly 20 years she's been with Newscene.
As Stephanie Alonso sat down with her.
Our loving and beautiful Professor Laura is finally leaving us, San Diego City College, after 18 beautiful, marvelous years, you know.
Hard to believe. Yeah.
And so, on behalf of the crew, I want to say thank you. I am so glad that you were here. It was so nice to meet you, you know. So just want to know, you know, what are you up to for?
Oh my goodness, that's a loaded question. This is something I get to do all the time. You have a little hair right there, so I'm gonna move it. That's something that Professor Castañeda would do. Newscene. Well, I have a lot of plans, and I have a bigger thing that I'm going to announce, but probably not till around February for various reasons. My official retirement date from here is in February, but I'm not going to be coming back next semester. So I'll have some more information that I'll announce later because I think it could benefit students, which is always my ultimate goal, right? But about a year ago, I launched a talent management company to help place more people in news jobs, producers, on-camera talent, and try to help diversify newsrooms. So I'm going to be working on that, and a lot of my former students are now looking for me for representation, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm also writing a screenplay and a book that I've been working on for a while. And when I teach full-time like this, I can't get to those projects. It's just too much, you know, goes into teaching and prepping and grading. So I'm really excited about that part. And then Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to miss you guys a lot.
We're going to miss you too.
I mean,
okay, so we have such a special surprise for you. You're going to love this.
What?
Okay, so yeah, let's look at the TV.
Hello, Laura. I heard the news. I wish you the best in your new endeavor. You've taught me a lot, and you've taught us so much at City College. You'll be greatly missed.
Hey, Laura. Good luck on your endeavors and future adventures.
Thank you so much for everything you taught us at Newscene. It's really helped us a lot.
It's helped us so much that we even got to work at this awesome place.
Hey, Laura. Well, from our days at Channel 10 to, of course, our fabulous time at City College teaching all these wonderful students, I want to say it's been my honor and a definite privilege to work alongside you. I wish you all the best in this next phase of your life. Felicidades y te amo.
Hey, Laura. Thank you so much for everything you've done to help get my career started. I can't wait to see what you do now that you're going to be leaving City College. I know a lot of people are going to be missing you, but we can't wait to see what you're doing next. Love you.
Hey, Laura, it's Shannon. I'm actually here on the set with Carrie, and I just wanted to say good luck on retirement. Without you, I probably wouldn't be here, and I know a lot of people can say the same. You are so motivating, so positive, and that's really what's driven those of us to end up where we are. So thank you for your service, and don't be a stranger, okay? I know we'll keep in touch. Bye.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Thank you. Gracias.
Hey Laura, I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you've taught me. Without you, I wouldn't have gotten my first job, and here I am at Fox 5 7 years later. Also, one thing that you taught me was be persistent, and I've never taken no for an answer. Good luck on everything, on your next adventure.
I just want to say I love Laura so much, and she's retiring. We're gonna miss her so much. She was the best professor I've ever had. Bye, Laura.
I'm gonna miss you guys more than you
I'll
know.
miss you.
This is the hardest part. I don't want to say goodbye, just see everyone. You know how to reach me.
We love you, Laura.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to miss
that
you.
That means a lot to me. It really does. That's the hard part, is just, you know, but I'm also so proud of everybody. I want everybody to know that's ever had me as their professor. I'm so proud of everyone's accomplishments, and I will never stop bragging about you guys. You guys are awesome. Maybe you'll hire me someday. Thank you. Oh, Jeff, thank you. Thank you. This is going to be a star someday, this one. Thank you. It means a lot. It really does. I'm going to miss you guys. My life won't be the same, but I know there's, you know, everybody has a new chapter. And so I'm looking forward to the next chapter in my life, but this has been such a huge part of my life for so long. I'm going to miss you guys a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a bittersweet moment in the news world. Thank you, Professor Castaneda, and thank you for all of you tuning in to our last semester's episode of Newscene. I'm Jeffrey Villegas.
And I'm Alexandra Rangel. See you next semester.